Hi friends, it's Michelle Maddox of Sedona Meditation Experiences with this week's episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. And this week's adventure is here at Boynton Canyon Vortex. I'm just going to do a panorama so you can see the amazing views all around here. Some close, some far, but all magnificent. Beautiful. And what you see right here behind me is Kachina Woman Rock. There's a couple of spires here as you hike into Boynton Canyon, and this is where the vortex site is. So I'm here with you at Boynton Canyon Vortex, and there's quite a few people around, so you'll probably hear some voices, and that's as it should be. These beautiful sites in Sedona call to many people, and it's just beautiful to see people come and sit peacefully and soak up the energy. So this is the third of my 4-part series on Sedona Vortexes. We started with Bell Rock. Last week I went to Cathedral Rock. Today I'm here at Boynton Canyon, and you can guess where I'll be next week. I'll leave that for you to wonder about until then. So one of the main things to remember about the vortex energy is that it's all about your experience. There's nothing to see. Of course, there's beautiful scenery, but there's no special vortex of energy that you're going to see. It's really about tuning in and feeling, having your own experience. And the best way to really do that is through meditation. One of the things that I find to be true at these vortex sites here in Sedona, whether you're at the actual site or just in Sedona, the energy is felt everywhere in Sedona. Coming out to these places is especially beautiful because they are in gorgeous locations, but the energy is felt everywhere. And what I find to be true about these vortexes is that it takes whatever you're working on inside and brings it a little bit closer to the surface. Sometimes that can be an issue that's maybe popped up for you. Sometimes it's simply just getting clear and listening to what your self is trying to tell you, but we often miss. And sometimes it's doing healing work. You know, a lot of these things start off with just a vague sensation that there's something not quite right, something kind of gnawing at the edge of your awareness, and you have to coax it out, coax it out, coax it out, until you can have enough awareness to start putting words to what it is that's bothering you. Maybe have a dialogue with it, start journaling about it. But be aware enough of the issue so that you can begin the process of healing or releasing or whatever it is that you're trying to do. There's a meditation technique called self-inquiry. And self-inquiry can be used as a meditation like we'll do today in a few moments. And it's also something that I've heard people say that they do when they're working with their hands. For example, doing some kind of crochet work, or maybe gardening, or something where your body is kind of busy, engaged in a pleasant activity, and your mind is free to kind of work on whatever you want it to be working on. Perhaps not consciously in the sense that you're trying to organize your thoughts and come up with, a thesis, for example, but kind of just burning in the background, and ideas, insights kind of come to you as you do this. So the technique is called self-inquiry, and there's many different questions that you can use for self-inquiry, and they're usually questions that are not easily answered. It's not something that your active mind can come up with an answer for. Rather, it's something that kind of shuts your mind down and opens your intuition, opens your connection to your feeling body, or to just pure intuition, so that those kinds of answers can come to you. That's what self-inquiry is really all about. And we're going to try that today for our meditation. So I invite you to meditate with me today, and whether you're outside on a gorgeous day, or you're inside, or wherever you are, hopefully you're not driving a vehicle. You should never meditate like we're going to meditate while you are operating a vehicle. So you can pause the video while you situate yourself and sit down in your favorite seating position. If you want to hold your back up straight and that feels good to do so, absolutely go for it. But if it's more comfortable for you to sit back or maybe to lean into a chair, that's okay too. There's no right or wrong way to meditate. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes. And as always, let's start by taking a few conscious breaths. Just take a few deep breaths. Fill up your belly, chest, and throat with air. And then fully exhale. And breathe with me at your own pace. Take a few breaths just like that. And as you exhale, just feel all your worries melt away. Let your energy drop down lower into your body. And just allow your body to relax and breathe naturally. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest with each in and out breath. And allow each exhale to allow you to connect more with your physical body and your emotional self. And if you find any tension between your eyebrows, or maybe in your tongue or jaw or your shoulders, let it melt away. And we'll begin our self-inquiry practice. I'm going to pose a question that you will repeat silently in your mind to yourself. And again, you don't have to try and engage your thinking mind. Rather, just be with the question and see if an answer comes to you intuitively. It may and it may not. It's okay either way. But the question that you'll ask yourself is, what is my heart's desire? What is my heart's desire? And we'll sit in meditation with this question on the back burner of your mind. And you can invite your heart to speak to you. And just be open to whatever answer comes to you. What is my heart's desire? What does my heart truly want? And keep in mind that the answer that comes to you now may be different than an answer that comes to you tomorrow or next week. The heart does not always want the same thing. What is my heart's desire? We'll meditate here for a few moments in silence, and you'll hear my bell ring at the end. Did your heart speak to you? Maybe you got an answer, and maybe you didn't. But they say that when you ask the question, the answer will come. It may not come right away, but just stay attuned throughout your day. Maybe journal a little bit on this subject and see if an answer comes to you then. And maybe it came to you right away. Sometimes the heart is just dying to be asked what it wants. It wants to fly like a butterfly. It wants to explore. It wants to love and be loved. Whatever your heart wants, honor it and see if you can make your heart's dream come true. I take a lot of people out to vortex sites in Sedona to guide them through different meditations. If you're coming to Sedona or know someone who is, get in touch with me and set up your own private meditation experience with me. It's the meditation experience of a lifetime. Thank you for joining me this week for this week's adventure at Boynton Canyon Vortex. I'll see you again next week with another episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. Until then, be well. This is Michelle Maddox saying goodbye for now.